deal. Preparing to go live. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I don't know.
Have we arrived?
Have we arrived? Well, cool. I think we're probably live. Yeah, I think we're live, man.
I think
Cool.
so.
Awesome. Mute myself. How's it going?
Going fantastic, man.
All right. Welcome.
Good to be back here on the Winning on Shopify show. And
Missed you, man.
I know.
I decided not to be a winner by myself last week when you were in Hawaii, because clearly I was not the winner last week.
Well, winning together is just better. Teamwork makes the dream work, or something like
So
that.
you were in beautiful Hawaii, right?
Right. I was indeed on the Big Island.
Oh, man. That's awesome. And you swam with the dolphins? What?
Swam with the turtles, saw dolphins, saw whales, swam with the manta rays. It was fun.
Manta rays, and they can't kill you.
Well, I'm sure if they gave it a shot, they could. They weigh like 2,000 pounds or whatever, a lot more than me. They're very large animals, but they are harmless. And
good. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you're back, man. All right, so we're jumping into it today. We're going to have a fun little Winning on Shopify show. I think we're changing our name to Winning Online, right?
We are indeed. That's one of our announcements for the show. Yeah, and a to-do list.
That's an announcement, big announcement.
It is an announcement. it is something that we should let people know. We're changing the name, kind of a little rebrand to Winning Online, because as much as we love Shopify, and we're going to continue to talk about Shopify for e-commerce, we talk about how to just really win in building a successful online business that goes beyond a platform. It's really e-commerce principles and marketing principles and ad principles. Yeah.
No, and I mean, so many people have now, I think we're up over 11,000 students on Udemy. So many of them, have Shopify's been the first topic, but then it immediately turns into traffic, Facebook advertising, and how do I do email marketing, and what about my brand, and so much more than just Shopify. So these are all the topics that, of course, are just, they just come around the issue. So Shopify is really just one part of it. So anyway, that's exciting.
That's our big announcement. And then for today, we want to talk about one of our favorite traffic strategies and one of our favorite topics.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to say? Yeah.
Well,
so
I was leading into, yes.
Drum roll, please.
I know. Like, give him his cue.
Social contest.
Social contest. Yeah. I was trying to be dramatic, but it didn't work very well.
Yeah, it's a real crescendo there.
Yeah, it just like boom.
Sorry, you tossed the ball. I just dropped it.
It's all right. You pulled a Tom Brady. Fumble through my hands. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed that moment. Anyway,
I did too.
We digress. But yeah, we're talking about
social contests.
Yes.
So we have. So if in case you're not familiar, one of the, I guess you could say, hallmarks of my online business scaling up for the last 8 years has been contests, and have really worked to perfect a set of styles of contests. And in our Inner Circle group, which we, Kyle and I run, we realized that there was just, I hadn't ever done full training on it or teaching on it. And so, you remember when it was? I don't remember the exact launch date, but I think it was our topic for October.
I think so, like October, November-ish. Yeah, something like that.
And then we rolled it out as a full course. And I've never done any training that's gotten this much sort of immediate success story type use case where people have just said, well, I set it up and this works.
Right.
And people are totally just seeing the dramatic opportunity contests provide for, online sellers. And so that's been really, really gratifying. And Inner Circle members have really jumped in and set up contests. And now many of them have it regularly as a part of their, weekly marketing activities, contests. And you've done contest work, right? And so that's been really fun to see.
Yeah, no, and my contest work was like literally as we were rolling out this training, I tried to apply it as we were going and working through it. And it's worked amazingly for our business. We've started adding emails. We started with an email list of nothing. like just a handful of people. We're up over 4,000 emails now.
Dude, that's
scale.
awesome.
Yeah, it continues to scale. It's blown up and really lit fire to our social media as well. So Instagram has grown by like 300% probably since we started.
Wow.
Facebook has grown by probably another 400% in terms of Facebook traffic. But what's been really cool is seeing the engagement.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to have followers and fans, but if they're not willing to engage with you, then it doesn't really matter. And one of the ways that we kind of tweaked this when we did our announcement for who won our big giveaway that we did. We did it on Facebook and we went live. We actually went to our page, we let everyone know on social media and say we're going to go live at this date. And we had 50 people, which doesn't sound like a huge amount, but we only had like 400 followers or something like that at the moment. But 50 at that time, we only had like 400, but like 50 people were watching the giveaway live. And we did like this comment bonus giveaway. I was like, hey, if you're watching it live, if you comment right now, we're going to pick a couple more winners and we're going to give out some more free stuff. And so we kind of made it a little bit engaging. People loved it. They ate it up. We ended up with like, I think hundreds of comments on that live, and it got shares. And it was fun. And it just kind of poured more sort of fuel onto the fire of brand awareness and growth. And really people just enjoyed the whole process. They liked engaging with us as a brand, and it improved our sales so much so that it was one of the driving factors that kind of outperformed my projections for Q4. We got pretty aggressive in what I thought we were going to be able to do in terms of growth, and we blew past it. And one of the drivers of that was social contests.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hear this now from person after person who's Inner Circle members and students who have gone through the training. Really, really positive sentiment and feedback. And so, and I get comments frequently, private messages frequently. People ask me to look at their contest. Had one happen, just the last couple of days. Hey, can you check out my contest? I just set it up. I'm super excited. And so it's really, really exciting. So anyway, so we did the training, we rolled it out, and have had absolutely phenomenal feedback. And so we're really, I think, ready to sort of reload and update the course with some new testimonials from some of the success stories, and relaunch, the training in essence. And so, a couple things, if you're, interested in this topic, I think what we've settled on, you tell me if I got this right, but I think what we've settled on is, obviously the video series is on Udemy. You can just go buy the video training right now if you'd like, jump on Udemy and buy it. It's the highest rated trainings I've ever had. It is almost, I think it's 4.96 average user rating, which is it at scale in terms of, when the reviews come in, over 5, 10, 15, 20, you don't see ratings stay that high. And this course is the highest rated course I've ever had. And it's #1 bestseller on Udemy in the gamification category, which I'm not sure we're supposed to be in that category, but whatever.
We're like gamification of your e-commerce experience.
And so if you want, just go get the videos, fine. But what we also want to do is relaunch it and actually set up an opportunity to actually work with people who want to go through it and go through the videos, but then we'll give coaching advice, input, and actually have you be a part of our Inner Circle group as well. Right. So we're going to roll it out that way as well. So if you want to have the interaction with us, get the personalized coaching, participation with our group of other people who are implementing, then that'll be an opportunity. Or we're happy to tell you, hey, just go get the videos on the cheap if you want. So those two levels of participation with it. But I'm really excited about it, man, because it works. It just works. And it's not hard. The thing about it for contests that I like, and what we found over the years for our businesses, there are 2 or 3 or 4 ways that you can structurally drive traffic to your site. And there's 5 big topics we always talk about in our training, and we have sessions that we're rolling out for traffic in general. But in general, there's a couple concepts. One of the concepts is just constantly doing discounts. Yeah. Hey, coupon code, it's like, and there's a point at which you just can't coupon code your way out of, or you can coupon your way out of business, I guess you could say.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's just not a sustainable long-term traffic generating strategy, because what happens is it has a very negative backlash, because your customers learn very quickly. And some ladies, or the coupon clipping divas, are fantastic at understanding, okay, what is this company doing? How do I game their system? How do I get stuff for the cheapest possible price? And what's their discounting strategy? So you don't want to be in discount mode all the time. And so that's one sort of bucket of activity you could be in. But contest is just a polar opposite strategy, where you say, rather than giving discounts or a mass blanketed discount of your pricing, you give away an item, and you give it away for free, but people enter to win, and their chances of winning are spectacularly low.
Right.
But the engagement activity of them wanting to come to your site, wanting to be involved, is super high. Yeah. And the thing about contests that I love is that people like them. Like, people just enjoy entering them. And it's pretty rare as a marketer that you can figure out stuff that isn't annoying to customers, that isn't like, kind of like a, salesy kind of a little twinge of, something weird there in terms of your marketing strategies. It either sometimes feels pressury, or it feels, just awkward. But contests are not like that. Contests are just fun. And you do it right, you have a good time. Customers have a good time. They come to your website, sign up for your email, sign up for your social media, buy some stuff, and you rinse and repeat. Yeah. And the training teaches you how to do all of that with the real precision. So anyway, that's why I love the topic so much. It's fun, So.
It's a lot of fun. And then when you see your customers interacting with your brand, it really does provide like life to it. Because sometimes the transaction, well, e-commerce can be very transactional based. You're just like, you give me money, I give you a product. Hopefully it gets to you in time and you're happy. But when you start to inject a little bit more fun and energy, and you really decide who you want to be as a brand, it just kicks on a life of its own. It becomes fun. It becomes fun to interact with your customers in new and unique ways. And contests let you do that, and let you be creative around how you do it too. Yeah. Because it's not so much that you have to just cookie cutter, copy and paste, and try to duplicate whatever Jason does or whatever I've done with contests, because it gives you, as the brand owner, as the business owner, flexibility to kind of tweak and change it to fit your brand and to fit your style, and to really test. I mean, it's like running any other sort of campaign. You continue to test until you get it like dialed in to perform the way that you want, and it doesn't really cost you a massive amount of money.
They're cheap.
Yeah, so that's the other nice thing about it too, is that if you're launching an ad campaign, you're going to have to spend money, and you're going to have to spend money on the front end typically to test, right? And you might get lucky every so often and like hit one, and that will happen. Like, you're going to get a good campaign. You're just going to, but most of the time, especially as you try to scale campaigns, you start off and you spend a bunch of money to get the data you need to optimize and to grow. And to kind of
meaning you lose money.
Meaning you are in the red until you optimize and get into the black.
Goodbye money.
Or you start out in the red and then you're scaling, and eventually you're going black, or you just stop doing it because you don't want to lose money.
And many people never figure out how to get it to work. Paid advertising strategies frequently end in disappointment. And contests, you're right. That's another fantastic reason they're so cool, is they're super cheap. To execute, and that means you can do it over and over and over again.
And if you are going to amplify it with paid traffic, which is a great strategy, it's some of the cheapest traffic you're ever going to buy, because people want to engage with them. They want to do it, and they share it, so you get the benefit of the social media sharing. And it's just cool. Works really well.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a minute. So we did this training in October, and I guess that one of the questions we could ask each other is like, what have we learned since we did the training? What's new? And so for me, I like the inexpensive nature of contests, and I have a big email list. Right. So for me, it was I would use my existing email list, that asset, to fuel engagement in my contests. And it was big enough that social sharing would really produce the results were dramatic. Well, I've been in the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking, okay, could I use paid advertising on top of that to really take my contest to an even higher level? So I worked with Facebook Ads Manager team. They showed me a strategy that I just literally tried in the last 4 days and had really, really good results. And I'm super pumped about the idea. They showed me how to set up a specific ad that basically is what you might call an engaging way to use an ad that highlights my contest.
Right.
But here's the interesting part. It immediately turned into money. It was profitable, like 3x.
That's awesome.
And so now the question, and so I do these contests every week. So now I'm like, I got something that just literally made me money on the back of my contest with 3x revenue.
Right.
I'm going to change my X. I'm going to add a couple X's.
Right.
X, comma XX. And so I'm going to say, well, this next week, what if I doubled, tripled, or quadrupled my budget? What would happen?
You'll find out.
I know. I'm going to.
Like, will it be able to scale?
Will it blend? That is the question. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do coming up, and I'm documenting this. So for our participants that do the training and go through the process with us, I'll share these screen grabs and the videos of my screenshots, exactly what I'm doing to use paid ads on top of organic traffic strategies for contests to really, really take it to the next level. And so for me, that's kind of one of the things that I've been kind of pumped about. Thoughts on your reflection since you've done contests in the last
few months? For us, we started contests with no email list and no social media. So we basically decided that we had to kind of juice it.
You did the opposite.
Yeah, I had to. I had nowhere else to start. But but it's worked out really, really well, and it's been extremely profitable for us. Yeah. Because we also monetize our contests. Every person who enters gets the offer to buy one small piece of the overall giveaway that they're entering.
Oh, gotcha.
So I took like the big giveaway item or package.
Mega bundle.
Yeah, it's like a bundle. And then I take out a piece of that and I say, hey, you can buy this right now. And I offer them a discount, but it's still profitable for me. If they buy it, I'm making money.
Yeah.
So we monetize it that way. And then it also gives you opportunity for easy follow-up, right? Because if I give you a coupon code and you don't use it, well, I'm going to follow up and remind you about it. I'm going to say, hey, this is going to be expiring at some point. Oh, don't forget to make sure you maximize your entries.
Yeah.
If you're using any sort of social sharing tool that lets you, one of the strategies is like you get their email, right? But then you also offer them multiple other ways to do things to get entry, right?
Yeah.
And there's some strategies around that.
Yeah.
And we go into the course. We talk about it. We show you how it works. We show you which ones you could choose and which ones work well for us.
Yeah.
And so you're reminding people that because they can log back in, at least on the platform that I'm using. I'm pretty sure it's one you've recommended as well. And take those additional steps. If they're like, oh, the contest is going to be closing soon. I need to go make sure I do everything so I have a chance to win. So that's one way that's a bonus hack that is not in the course currently. At least explain that way.
Well, then you'll need to, you'll want to document.
We'll add that in, and I'll talk to you about how we move that forward.
So let me ask you this: why do you think online sellers don't use contests more?
I don't think that it gets the love from the marketers that are out there, right? So everyone's like, you got to use ads, you got to use
Facebook ads.
You're gonna, exactly. And that's what people have had success with in the past. So people have scaled their business, become sort of like the coaching guru, and that's what they know. So that's what they teach.
Yeah.
And I think what you'll notice is that there are brands who have executed contests really, really well.
Right.
And they typically have really successful social media strategies. Like they understand how social
it's really tied into their social strategy.
It is for sure. But usually those are big brands. They're not people that are training other people how to do stuff. So that's where I think a big disconnect is. You don't see a lot of it because there's just not anybody that's really teaching it effectively. And so for us, we've seen it both impact our business, plus we get the opportunity to share with our students what we have that's working. And then we all collaboratively as a community come together and say, hey, this was awesome. This worked great.
Absolutely.
And like all, rising tide lifts all the boats in the winning online community. So that's where we've kind of focused. So I think that's the main reason why people don't use it. Is they just don't know about it. They're not aware of it. They haven't joined Winning Online yet to really have a good, clear game plan.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm excited about it, man. So we're going to launch all this stuff this month. So we're going to go out with we did a real nice set of 3 videos, sort of a traditional product launch strategy video collection with some real solid teaching. And so we'll put those back out, and we'll have it be tied to this opportunity to jump into our group with us. And so I'm really excited about it. So anyway, so let's call it good on that fun topic. Anything else we have to share about today? What else should we chit chat about? What do we got?
I think this was the big thing. We wanted to really just chat social and social contests. To let people know that we're switching to Winning Online, and also that this is going to be happening. Now, we do want to make sure we stress again, you can go and buy the course, and we're going to update it, and it'll be on Udemy, and you can get it for between $10 and $200 or whatever the current sell price.
Depending on the Udemy's,
we have no control over Udemy's pricing.
Sometimes high, sometimes low.
So exactly. So you kind of have to you can play that game. You can get the good content. You can implement it on your own. Nothing wrong with that. However, when we relaunch this, we want to stress not only will you get the content, which is going to be gold in and of itself, but we're going to tie into that some group coaching, maybe a little bit of one-on-one as part of that if you enter in, and it'll be a pretty extended bonus that will be with the launch that will have a lot more value for you and your business moving forward, as opposed to just going and getting the training. Because if you're anything like me, training by itself is fantastic, but there's so much training and there's so much things to do that being in a community that will help you stay focused and really hit your goals and execute on what you're trying to accomplish with your social contest is going to be gold. And it'll be worth waiting for us to do the launch as opposed to you running the Udemy and just buying it for $14.
It's the accountability aspect of it that's really helpful. For sure.
Because I have some Udemy courses that are sitting in my Udemy account that I got for either like super cheap or for free. Guess what? They're still sitting there unwatched, and I haven't because I'm just like, well, I have other more pressing things. And there's nobody holds me accountable to that. It's basically just a library of things that I can go do whenever I feel like it. Now, if you join us when we launch, not only will you get the content, but you also get us helping you to make sure that you are executing at a high level and getting value far beyond the $14, which by the way, social contest, the content on there, $14 is a screaming deal. Yeah, absolutely awesome. But by itself, content doesn't drive and make you money. It's action on that content.
Absolutely. And there's so many small choices to make along the way. It's just handy to have a group of people, including us, where we can say, yes, do it this way. No, don't do it that way.
Exactly.
For a million different reasons. There's just elegance in terms of getting things set up when you've got people to,
bounce ideas off of and really kind of help you, because obviously there's ways you can do it wrong, and we've seen it and we've done it, right? And so we've gone through and we've hit those potholes and we've learned from our mistakes. So having somebody help you continue to guide that process in sort of real time as you're working all through it is really valuable.
Yeah, in fact, just not to say any details really, but one of the one of the funny examples in the last couple months was what we had somebody in the group sort of get the concept, set up contest, and then it didn't work. But then when they ask us, why isn't this working? We're like, well, here's all the things that we said that, like how you should set it up.
Yeah, you should do it.
And then once those things got fixed, boom, it was just like, it's just magic. It just works because there's a checklist of things that you want to do correctly. When you do them correctly and you realize afterwards, oh, of course it should work that way. But in the moment when you're just trying to stumble through, sometimes you don't realize that there are logical ways in which to structure these things.
Yep.
And we've learned it over the last, 6-7 years, multiple different contest formats. So anyway, good times. All right, my man.
Well, been great.
Another successful Facebook Go Live is in the books. So
absolutely. So everyone who's watching this, be ready for the relaunch of Social Contest.
Yep. All right, man.
All right.
Good times.
Yep.
Later. Yep.
Bye.